ناجل هدايا رسول السلام ويا مرسلا رحمة للأنام عليك الصلاة.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Haziq bin Abdul Malik from 80-105E. This is my final presentation of FPA 310 for my supervisor Syed Hisham bin Adib. I chose Fgvp Kechau 9 Kuala Lipis Pahang as my industrial training for 15 August until 23 September 2022. The company name is Fgvp Kechau 9. The address is Fgvp Kechau 9 27200 Kuala Lipis, Pahang, Darul Makmur. Fgv is a Malaysia-based agribusiness list on the main market of Bursa Malaysia on 28 June 2012. The example of Fgv product is Saji, Adela, Seri Pelangi and Gula Prai. Fgv is already available in most states in Malaysia. The vision of this company is to be among the world's leading integrated and sustainable agribusiness that delivers value to customers and stakeholders. The mission is creating value through our human capital and the embodiment of governance and compliance. This is my activity during industrial training from week 1 until week 6. For week 1, I do manuring. The function is to increase fertility and tree growth and to get optimal result of production. Bucket, a calibrated and labeled fertilizer meter as my equipment, and NK mixed fertilizer as the material. The outcome of the activity is knowing the right way to manure and learn that fertilizer is important for trees. The step is first pouring fertilizer into a bucket, then sowing fertilizer using a calibrated and labeled fertilizer meter on the front land, and lastly, empty fertilizer bags are collected in one bag. 1,500 is the total labor cost per month, and the overall total cost for material cost is 1,904. For week 3, I do betting rates. The objective is to control rats population and to get a good fruit yield. The equipment is bucket and the material is boutique S as the rat poison bed. The outcome of the activity is knowing boutique S can kill all kinds of rats, and after 3 days I found a dead rat. The procedure is first break the joint boutique S into small pieces and place into a bucket. Then put one boutique S near each tree. Same as before, 1,500 ringgit per month as the labor cost, and the overall total cost for 2 boutique eggs is 156 ringgit. For week 4, my activity is mulching. The objective is to control soil erosion caused by water sprinkle and to improve and increase microbial activity in the soil. The list of equipment is wheelbarrow and sack. The material I use is coir fiber pump. Outcome of the activity: first, knowing the soil should not be too dry, then learn that the coir is dry palm oil. The procedure is number 1, put the palm fiber into the sack. Number 2, palm fiber is poured into the wheelbarrow. And lastly, put palm fiber on the surface on the polybag with thickness of 2 cm. Pull out all width before fiber is placed. The labor cost is 1,500 per month. And for the core fiber pump, we don't have the cost because it is free. For week 5, the activity is weeding. The objective is to promote tree growth, then to reduce competition in terms of nutrient, light and moisture. The equipment we use is mist blower and conventional knapsack sprayer CKS, and the material is glyphosate, canlon, sodium and water. Outcome of the activity is know the difference between mist blower and CKS, then the poisons can be mixed into a mixture. The procedure is put the poison mixture into the mist blower on CKS, then spray to the area full of weeds. The The labor cost per month still 1,500, and the material cost for the overall is 1,140 ringgit and 1 cent. For week 6, the activity is fertilizing subsoil. The objective is to increase soil fertility and vegetative growth of trees. Number 2, to reduce the risk of fertilizer loss through surface runoff. The equipment we use is earth auger machine, hoe and stamper. The material we use is fertilizer and NPK mix. And the outcome of the activity is use a machine faster than a hoe, and fertilizer will last longer using the fertilizing method of subsoil. The procedure, number 1 is organize fertilizer bags. Number 2, dig 3 holes for each tree with a depth of 1 feet as far as 4 feet from the tree using a hoe or earth auger machine. Number 3, fill the fertilizer into the holes, and lastly, close the holes and compact the soil using stamper. Same as before, the labor cost still 1,500 per month, and the overall total cost for the material for earth auger machine plus NPK mix is 1,162 ringgit. For the conclusion, the experience I get is familiar with the real work environment. Then I get better understanding of the farming knowledge used by large company. Then the problem that I get is training time for industrial training is too short. Number 2 is students use their own money during the industrial training. So I suggest, number 1, extend training time for industrial training for 3 to 4 months at least. And number 2 is provide student with an allowance earlier, because student will use the money from the allowance. For the recommendation, I think this company has a good fatalities and has an organized and visionary management. So for my recommendation, I think students can choose this place as their future industrial training. This is the references that I use to complete this final presentation FPA 310.